Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, Sujit.
All right. Okay, welcome everybody to the session. Um, of course, AI become a headache nowadays. We need to keep learning. Now, as an if you look at a kind of a person who is working in technology, this is the most toughest time. I feel like that is most toughest time for me at least. There are a lot of changes happening every day. And one side we have uh, confusion about what will AI do. One other side, personal side, also there are a lot of problems. We are losing a lot of respect in home. See, if you're asking our kids or somebody, okay, hey, do this, study this, they're saying that why do I need to study? What you ask me, what do you want? If you want to write a code, I will do through ChatGPT. I'll do this something else. They're thinking, why do they really need to study? In fact, their question is valid. So whatever they in the college and schools, what's happening now, all those programs can, ChatGPT or any Copilot, whatever tool we are talking, all this can easily do it. So we are in such situation. We are losing. No, even they're thinking, this is what you are doing in office. I can do it very quickly. You are getting salary for this work. That kind of comments are coming from, no, from home and kids also. See, AI is there. We need to learn it. Now I am thinking, is there any AI for learn to learn also? Of course, um, not only that, right? Even this event, to organizing this kind of event is literally required a lot of efforts. I don't know whether some AI can help us. So, with that full respect, I want to tell all these organizers, all the sponsors who arranged this, and all the members who join, around 50 plus members are there. A big thank you. Yeah, without you guys, this cannot be possible. And we had a good 45 minutes. I'm expecting. Probably one thing I'm missing. If it is online, sorry, not online, offline, it will be more fun. Of course, we'll try to make it more fun. Having said that, my name is Sujit. I'm an MCT. I will speak, become whenever I'm getting chance. I'll go for some speaking sessions and all. In job wise, I'm a literally an architect, working in multiple projects and all. Um, Whenever I'm getting some time, try to put some blogs also. And you can see my handles. If you wanted to connect and have some fun discussions, we can connect and talk. So with that said, what is my topic is basically about transforming business with Copilot plugin actions. So whoever I didn't see members are left from the sessions. So whoever already attend the earlier session, Nandip sends me the session, you might got some idea what is this all about, what is happening in the Copilot area. But still, for a just quick recap, I don't want to directly go to this plugin action. Instead of that, let's do small kind of recap on what is this Copilot and what all product which we have and all. See, of course, Copilot, as you know, it's Microsoft version of AI. Okay, it's using OpenAI technology, and whatever we are hearing about AI, all we are getting through Copilot also. So uh, Microsoft released a lot of Copilot. In fact, releasing also. Okay, one line is hidden. Okay, so that is actually nothing. Maybe it's hidden because it's still in preview. So this is a Copilot for security. It is not yet in the preview mode. It is in early program. So when you wanted to handle uh, in an organization or in your organization or wherever customer you are working, also if you wanted to handle uh, security related stuff, you need an assistant. Of course, the AI is an assistant, right? Copilot is an assistant for you. So if you need an assistant, you don't need to learn too much. How do I handle my entire security concerns and all? You can use this Copilot. Similarly, we have a Copilot for Azure. So members who's handling these Azure components, who's creating VMs, adding, creating resources, looking at, oh, why I need to pay this much money for this month. Those kind of all activities you will have. If you want a supportive assistant, you can use Azure Copilot. And Power Platform, it's again another headache. No code, low code. Everybody wanted to know. Everybody is developing in apps in very quick time. So on top of that, whatever no code, low code provided, Microsoft provided Copilot support also. Even though now you don't even learn no code also, low code also, you can actually utilize Copilot to create apps for you. So that Power Platform also supports Copilot. Then GitHub or Copilot, maybe a lot of people might be using it for, it's been released earlier. So if you want to write code and all, this is what we are actually talking about. We want to write code, anything, and you do solutioning and all. So much it's helpful. Similarly, whoever using the Microsoft product called Dynamics CRM and all, you have Copilot for those also. Sales and service modules, you have Copilot. M365 Copilot, that's very common now. Office 365, if you have a big document, wanted to create a presentation very quickly, Jenkins showed me an example where it's very quickly we can do from a big document, creating a presentation. So I mean, and as an example, similarly, a lot of office-related day-to-day activities you can handle with M365 Copilot. Then Windows Copilot, of course, I don't need to learn how to change my timing, the time zone. How do I change my color of my screen? These all things you can actually do with asking just with the natural language. You can tell your system or change it, so it will change for you. So you can use Windows Copilot for that case. Again, Bing Copilot, almost everybody is using, like it's like a day-to-day activity now for searching and any functionality you are using it. So all these Copilots actually helping organizations, IT system, internal management, everything actually is boosting our productivity. That's ultimate aim. Um, with that said, I was thinking, what will be then future in case if these kind of Copilot and everything come? Uh, if you look at any organization, all business, okay, business required IT support, right? If you look at any business, all business have multiple softwares to support their business activity through IT. So we'll have multiple softwares. Say an example, if you take a hospital, there will be multiple application to handle the hospital day-to-day activities in terms of softwares. I mean, different application they bought from different vendors and all the things, integration, everything will be there. Similarly, if you take any vertical or domain, you have these concepts. Like you have a lot of applications today. If these all applications are there, instead of, I mean, just like Microsoft, as Microsoft thinking like, okay, I have a product called Azure, I am adding a Copilot to it so that whoever using Azure, I can actually give support through Azure Copilot. Similarly, I have an Office product, whoever using Office, I can give extra support for the boost their productivity through this Copilot. Uh, One step ahead, we have 10 products. Why do we need 10 Copilot to support that 10 products? We can have one Copilot also, right? So that's a thought for our and their discussion today. Okay, a single interface to support your entire application functionality in your organization. And if that is the case, do we need a front end for any application in reality? Maybe I am overthinking, or maybe a lot of defending points may come because of this statement. But in reality, what I'm trying to say that I'm not trying to push this idea. What I'm trying to say that with this thought process, we will go back and look at what support Microsoft is giving to achieve this functionality. So that is my idea. Instead of having say that, okay, yeah, next in future all companies will have one interface. That is not the idea at all for this discussion. This is just to take you guys to its with this thought process. If we look at Copilot, how do we what all features are there, how do we utilize those features? That's the idea. All right, so if this is the case, If I am working for a school, if I'm working for an bank, if I'm working for an insurance company, I don't really need to go to individual application to handle our day-to-day business process. I can easily handle it through one interface. That one interface can be integrated to anywhere. Maybe I can integrate to my website, I can integrate to my Power Apps, or I can integrate it to maybe even a simple HTML file, and instead that inside that I can add it, or it can integrate to Teams. There are a lot of ways to integrate a lot of channels, right? So one interface, and if through that interface I can do almost whatever I wanted, controlled by my personal security also. It's not like I can do anything whatever I wanted to do, right? So that, with that thought process, let's go ahead. Can we do this in present Copilot? So let's assume there is a company like abc.co, and we are going to create a custom Copilot for abc.co. And how do we manage a different functionality for these companies' day-to-day transactions through custom Copilot, and what all features it's provided? Okay, um, this is my topic. In fact, that how do we connect custom actions to handle all the other transaction to our Copilot bot. So Copilot Studio will help us to do uh, a lot of activities today. Okay, maybe there is a session evening also, which is going so detailed. So I will not go so detailed to that level, but I will take picky items. Like, these are the things which I consider myself is a very nice feature which we can utilize for making a single interface for an organization to handle any kind of transaction what's happening in the organization. So two items out of that. One thing is Power Automate. Power Automate, again, it's one of the component from Power Platform. In an organization where we wanted to do a workflow process, in the sense that, okay, a leave application control, or maybe daily timesheet application process, or your submission, any kind of day-to-day administrative work. If you wanted to take through multiple uh, buckets and channels, and you want to do a process, if you can use this product, and people who already know Power Platform, for them it's very cakewalk. They, if I say Power Automate, they understand what does it mean. So if you have Power Automate, one good advantage of Power Automate is you have a lot of connectors. It's again a no code, low code tool. Of course, you can extend it, but on top, before extending, you can consider existing connector. The connectors which I mentioned here, it's a more than 250 plus connectors are there. Uh, by the way, these all are license thing. If you go for standard versus if you want extra connectors, you need to go premium license. But still, assume that if we have these all connectors, keep aside our licensing costing and everything, but assume that we have all these connectors, what's the opportunity for us, like, to do things? If I wanted to connect my, okay, my simple application like Teams, OneDrive, or any normal day-to-day small pieces. Otherwise, if I'm going to a little extra application like another app, mainframe, SQL Server, if I want to connect it to it and do some transaction, I can do all those things. So these all, basically, I don't need to write any code because of this Power Automate and because of this connector. So this entire powerful engine, we are able to connect to Copilot. So look at that way, I can trigger a Power Automate by saying and passing some input to Power Automate, saying that this is what I want. And Power Automate can process it behind the scene as an engine and give me the response. That response I can present it my bot. So now we are talking to a bot, and bot is doing some extra activity behind the scene. And this is possible with the chat gpt also, but I'm saying, these options is with Microsoft, how we can do it. Now similarly, now Power Automate is an option. Sometimes we are using proprietary software, and maybe I hosted it in my on-premise environment, not in cloud. So a lot of security, everything. And Power Automate don't know this item. Even it is not able to create we don't find out a proper connector for it. In this case, what we can do, we can have an extension point of custom connector also. So we have custom connector, and custom Copilot can connect custom connectors also. So if with that, it is actually opening an area. We can actually have an interface. From that interface, normally day-to-day chat communication, other than that, we can do business transaction very easily with natural language. Now, enough talk. Let's go to demo how we can do these kind of things, right? So what I'm doing is it's not like already prepared one. Let us do it together. Hope I can finish it on time. Um, so let us create a Copilot. Maybe you might see in this screen, which where you can create a Copilot Studio. Let's put some name. And okay, this one first feature which we wanted to utilize, uh, my Copilot wanted to look at instead of before going to actions and all, I want to give some common features to the Copilot. So after creating, go and configuring it. Before that, I wanted to tell now itself. See, this Copilot has to crawl some website and give me answer from that website also. So this can be a company website. This can be your specific website where you wanted to read content. Probably the thing is, currently it's not like Copilot is just released now and I am starting company now. So all organizations are already running for longer years now. They have a lot of assets already. So how do we utilize those assets? They have website, they have multiple content. So all those things I want to utilize. Since I introduced Copilot as another interface, that interface also need to support that. So for an example here, um, we can crawl some site. One of my favorite site is Microsoft Lane. So I want to put that site to crawl. Um, of course, you can crawl any site where Bing is supporting for crawling. All those things you can add here. So I add this. So ultimately, my aim is my in my chatbot from the beginning itself, it should able to answer the questions related to learn.microsoft.com site. That is before I'm creating this bot, I'm telling, okay, just at least give me that feature. From there, I will start building. So what we are doing is now it takes some time. Behind the scene, it will create and crawl to the site. And if you have your own, custom website, or you have your own site and all, personal site or your organizational site, you can actually put like this. It will start crawling it. Okay. Sometimes it will take 4 hours or 5 hours, I mean, one day, but after that it will be very quick. Right. Okay. So it's done because it's Microsoft Learn site. It's scrolling very quickly. Now. Um, this is my interface, by the way. Who didn't see in this Copilot Studio interface, this is how the Copilot Studio will come. And you can even create a trial instance. It will work for 30 days and you can extend later. So by the way, whatever screen you are seeing here, this is my test port area where you can actually do testing, right? So I'm going to give some prompt to this bot, maybe asking, if it is not giving proper answer, it's not my problem, Microsoft. Disclaimer, okay? All right, asking one a question, get me some Copilot because it's an important topic now. So let's put Copilot courses. Hope it will give. So it's not reading from current prompt, whichever I set up now. Instead, it is again, it's already
Screen is not
crawled,
visible.
scroll to that website. And if you are not talking, can you guys go on mute? Okay, thank you. Right. Okay. So look at this. I didn't do anything. I didn't create I didn't do any training for this bot. I just say that crawl this website. See, it is already crawled that website and got list of topics. If I wanted to learn uh, Copilot from learn.com, then Microsoft.com, these are the courses available. I can open it. It's giving that citation and all, and it giving basic information also. So if some of your members is asking, okay, I want to learn this, what all courses I need to go? It is so easy. No, you are getting a link itself. You don't need to go. Okay, it's not so difficult to go to learn.com and search it. But still, I'm saying you have a feature now, crawl. But this is This is the option. Don't consider this as a real demo. Consider this is to showcase the capability. So you think about the possibility with your organization or with your thought process, what we can do with this. It's not only one website. You can actually go up to 4 website, and you can add even SharePoint website also to make this more accurate or more experienced bot. So where see, in case you missed out to do, then you wanted to come back and do this same thing again, adding more sites to scroll and all. What you can do is you can come here in settings. You have generative AI. You can see that whatever we added, it's already there. If you want to add more website, you can keep adding here. Okay. So this is one way. Okay, we are talking about some content. I want to crawl and train my bot very quickly, and that content also not in a form of file. It's a website. I'm just giving a public website details. Again, it should not be authenticated and all. It's a just public website where it can crawl properly. Okay, so that website details I'm giving. This feature, Microsoft features, helping us to do those kind of activity. Now assume that we have some documents. So you can see here it's supporting us to add some document also. It will learn from document. So for that, what I did was I asked ChatGPT gave me some small document, but it still gave a big document to about XYZ company for some FAQ. I just given some sample FAQ. Let's upload this, okay, and make this a lane. So I'm just uploading this document. So I'm telling this bot, learn from this document. And I'm going to ask some questions to you to verify whether you are learning properly. Accordingly, you need to answer to me. So by the way, it's actually default feature of this LLM model. It is learning by itself. And of course, it takes some time. It's not like ask you cases. It will not learn very quickly. It will take some more time. Okay, that and probably end of the session, we might see. Once it's over, we will see. We'll come back and see. Meanwhile, if I ask this same question, some question from this document, I can ask. Okay, it may not be needed exactly the same phrases, but for easiness, I just copy paste that question. You will not get any answer now because still its indexing is going on. So you say that like, I'm not sure how to help that. Can you rephrase it? So let's ask this question after some time after this indexing is over. So now what we seen how do we handle a public URL. Now how do we handle a document and start crawling it and train the model to answer from the document, right? Now, what's next? See, these all are very, very easy things, right? So we can actually have, it's a very static content also. We are going to some document or going to some public, but I want to do some action, real transaction I want to do, right? So how this entirely bot is working, by the way. As Nandip mentioned, this is actually derived from virtual agent, what Microsoft has released 5, 6 years back. So in those days, what the main concept was that uh, the like intent topics, that is the kind of concept it was using. I don't want to go to that direction, but I just will tell you what exactly how it works also. So let's these all the ideally everybody is learning with some base kind of topics only. So if I get this topic, it will be very, if I'm talking about this, it may be very people already knows it. For them it is like oh, what you are talking is very simple things, right? But still just want to give some background about it for whom whoever don't know that, just want to telling just basic about it. Even you see this one, Andeep is showcasing this. So you have topics. In that case, if you get any phrases as an input like good afternoon, good morning, hello, hey, and hello, you can add more. In fact, if you get such phrases, what system is doing is it's actually sending a message back. So it's a kind of workflow defined. You can actually define such kind of complex topics, or you can define n number of topics in your bot and make it trained according to that. And you can derive how you want to take a bot conversation to next level using this topic feature, right? So in this case, assume that you want a new topic. Okay, Mm, so just create a topic from the blank. So there are two options. Uh, One thing is we can create totally from blank. Otherwise, we can again also here we can take help of Copilot to do Copilot. Okay, you can ask tell Copilot to I have this is a kind of question which I wanted to ask. You make some topics for me according to that. That is the second option. But we don't want to do Copilot to do the Copilot. Instead, I will asking for just a blank phrases. Okay. What is basically let me ask something, right? Add a phrase. So let's do. I want to see. I'm so bored, talking to a lot of people and all the things. I want to hear a joke. Can Copilot help me? So I'm putting a phrase joke, and let's see. No, from where I will get joke, right? I need to some supportive for this. For that, what I'm thinking is there any APIs available? So when I search it, there are a lot of free APIs available for getting jokes. So this is one of the API, random joke. You can actually keep running. It's changing random. I hope okay. Earlier it was not changing. So see, it's telling different jokes. I don't know whether it's really joke, but yeah, but a joke. You are getting a joke. So using this API, this is an external API. So now how do I use this API and connect this API to my bot? So now I'm going to ask my bot, give me a joke or tell me a joke. I am expecting it has to utilize this API and find out a joke and give it back to me. So what methodology we can use? So here it's a simple example. Now you need to think in your perspective. I am using an API and I'm connecting back to the bot. So possibilities. There are a lot of possibilities. There are a lot of use cases. Here, for the purpose of demo, we are doing small one joke API. Right? All right. Now, how do we do this? How do we connect? As I mentioned earlier, we have that somewhat. This is this Teams screen is blocking me to see the options. Okay, let me close this. Come back. Right. I have phrase defined. Let me come back to my next scenario. So let before going to connecting to the API, let me check whether it's really working. So I will send a message as a next section. In case somebody saying joke, I'm going to say that I don't know joke. Go ahead. I don't know. Are you serious? I don't know the joke. I want to say that I don't know the joke. See, save it. So in case if somebody asking me a joke, I want to say I don't know the joke. Okay. Let me ask my bot. Okay, I can ask descriptively, okay, but look at this. I put joke, it says I don't know the joke. And you can see the right side, some, it's kind of debugging also. You see this tick mark, it is actually processed that message. Now, after this message, I change my mind. I am going to say a joke for this person who asked, okay? I'm going to reply to him. So how do I do? So there are a lot of features. Let's talk about one feature now because everything cannot be covered in a 45-minute session. So I'm going to talk about a feature called call and action. Okay, in call and action, you have seen this thing, right? A create flow. Hmm? What I did was I already created a small Power Automate uh, to showcase because of the based on timing. So just for that purpose, created some uh, API Power Automate. I will show you what is the Power Automate doing also. It's just done in 2 hours back also only. So I'm using that joke API. Joke Power Automate, by the way, okay? Uh, from action, from call this chatbot, I'm calling and Power Automate, and Power Automate internally calling an API giving me a joke, and that joke is passed back to Power Automate because of this action. Now, once I have this action back, what I can do, I can send that message back to the system, say that this is what the joke I got. So I am going to get that in variable, what is the joke came back and putting it here. uh, I'm little hurry to show the output, and then I will explain you what all things I did. It's very small things. Okay, it's not that great of work. It's like we can say half an hour work, but possibilities. That's what you need to think with this approach. What you can do. Give me a joke, please.
So just stepping in, you have 10 minutes, including question and answer time.
Yeah, sure, sure. I'll, that's what. Yeah. Um, okay. It says you got the answer. I don't know the joke, and it is saying a joke also. One more. Now you can see one more when I is asking it, it is not able to find out. So I am tracking it on. Give me another. So you need to define that also. How do we handle that options when we have when you want to forgot that time, you want to track the entire communication, you need to actually consider one more option is there. I will show that one within next 5 minutes. Tell me another joke. So it's actually doing, first of all, is sending me, I don't know the joke, then which favorite subject in school. Okay, it's a joke. All right. So this is what we are doing here. Now, next thing is, this is now you learn how to handle Power Automates. Okay, you want to see the Power Automate, right? I'll just show quickly. You flow details. It's very simple Power Automate, input and output, basically Copilot actions, and inside that a small API, HTTP API call, and we are doing some JSON parsing and getting the real data out it and send it back. That's very simple. Whoever knows Power Automate, for them it is very cakewalk. So let me edit it. What next we are going to show is similarly, how do we handle a custom API or custom connector? Okay, uh, so see here is if we got the Power Automate, we have input Power Virtual Agent and out return value. In between, there is an HTTP call for that joke API. Okay, simple. Then just simply a parsing of the JSON and getting sent back. So that easy it is. But just look at the possibility. We can connect any Power Automate and take advantage of 250 connectors and do a lot of magic in your organization. Okay, next one. Now, if you see here one action which is in preview, what is actually it can actually connect to your custom API also. Ideally, we need to create a custom connector, add it to here. It's a little process is there, but what I'm taking for the purpose of our demo, there is one out of the box connector available in Power Automate and Copilot Studio also. I'm using that, the forecast weather forecast connector. So whatever we created also came here. Okay, joke one, joke two, and all. See, I'm just instead of going through topic and all, I'm just coming through actions directly through my actions preview. I just adding that custom connector to my chatbot, then saying that okay, let's do some action on it. So what it ideally this connector will do, it's a weather API behind the scene. You ask any weather from any district, any location, it will start giving you the answer for it. So here MSN weather, I'm going next, and by default it's APS feature, like it have if you edit it, you can you will come back. Sorry, I supposed to edit input output. So you have action details. What will be the inputs? What will be the output for it? So I don't. I'm just don't want to do any further changes on whatever default input output. Let it be that. I'm finishing it. So what is doing is I just connected a custom connector to this chatbot. That's all. Now, will chatbot or this Copilot bot will it really go through this API and understand what kind of what is actually doing? And if I asking natural language questions, whether it can map and find out which topic related to that API and get answer to me. This is the kind of thing what we are doing. I didn't do anything. Okay, just connected that API. See, look at the magic. This will actually read and understand that API and start talking to me. Maybe it will ask, what's weather? Now you can see it not answer. Okay, one reason is there. I will tell you. So what says whether it's asking, it's not really trying to get. If it will not get definitely. I didn't tell it start utilizing. So if you want to really using this action, that means we are telling Copilot you can actually, in case if you don't see the items from the topic, you can go some places and uh, utilize it. That means the extra actions you can consider. For that, you need to switch on this option. Go to your generative AI, then there is an option like dynamic chaining with generative action. So what it will do simply, you can read that explanation. If the AI is not able to find out the right one from its topics, you can connect to the appropriate plugin in real time. So this is the advantage. I didn't create any topic. Automatically is going to connect to that API and get the information. Now, after doing this, if I save it, if you can see that I teach this, if I asking same question, what's the weather? Now it will start looking at the API because it's not coming in my topic list. Now, after out of topic, it's going now to the API, finding out, oh yeah, this is now it understand that API records some inputs also. So what measurement do you want to use in Fahrenheit? I don't know whether it's understand F, but yeah, of course, escalating live engine is, oh, sorry. It didn't understand. So whether, once again, I'm restarting the same conversation. Um, which, okay, which location? Okay, Bangalore. So now this custom connector is helping me to get that information and giving me the information. See, I got that. Bangalore is 90 degree Fahrenheit now. Law is 60, 67. This is what the response. So look at the magic. So now think about the possibility. You in your organization, a lot of applications are there. All application exposed the API. What do you need to do? Just connect here. You can talk to all these application. I'm coming back to my earlier statement. You don't need front end for your application. You can actually talk to this. With that said, I'm stopping for questions. Meanwhile, I'll publish this bot in a Teams channel so that you guys can see that the same communication can come, from the Teams also. Okay, open for the question.
Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, please post them.
Hi Sujit bro.
Hey,
Hey,
Uh, I have one question. Can we use chatbot on front end website?
yeah. So that is what we are going to show. This channel, right? You have a list of channel which we can do it connected to this bot. Okay, so now I am not connected to any website. Just let's connect to Teams. Okay, but this channel is all is you can utilize it, including Power Pages or normal a website also you can utilize this. Right, and one more thing, if whatever feature we built, if you wanted to export this feature or make this feature available for M365 Copilot, the in M365 admin, they will get this plugin option and all. They need to enable it. Then this feature they can also start utilizing. That means if I am opening a Word file, there is a Copilot for me for supporting my Office Word. So that Copilot can be can look at these API options as well. So ultimately, wherever you are working, now you are going to get the feature of what you are building as a custom Copilot feature. You are going to get it over there.
Harsh, please go ahead. Your question, please.
hi, Harsh this side. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
My question is, you initially you mentioned that we can add the SharePoint site as well. So currently we are only adding the learn.microsoft.com for this
Correct.
particular, right?
Correct.
So in case of SharePoint site, do we need authentication as well? My scenario is, let's assume the end user does not have access to the SharePoint site. Then they
Mhm.
can access the content. If yes, then how we can just put a condition, okay, if they does not have any access,
See,
something like that.
yeah, there is a conversational concept is coming in that conversational content. Uh, now it's not supporting authenticated websites, but SharePoint, if you are doing normal unauthenticated content, it is actually going to read out all those things. But definitely it's in preview. Okay, you expect it will come very soon. Support those also.